Indie authors. Do I have your attention now? Awesome. Don't forget that pinned, there is a schmink in my Schmio that is an indie author spotlight application. I am going to keep this open indefinitely until I can't do it anymore. I think I am right now. I have a total of 45 authors and I do week-long spotlights. So I'm pretty deep into the year with it. But please apply. You can also reapply if I have already done a spotlight for you, like if you have a new release or a re-release or something like that. But please let me spotlight you. Check the form out, see if it's for you. Your spotlight week does not have to come with a schmivvy. Obviously, if it does, that's great, but it does not have to. It can be cross-platform, meaning TikTok and IG, or it can just be one or the other. Usually, I also post about my indie author spotlights on Blue Sky, Lemon8, and Threads as well. So definitely check that out. I also make sure that during an indie author spotlight week that I read at least one of your books and review it, meaning I will review it on Goodreads, Fable if it's there, Storygraph if it's there, Amazon, BookBub, and then I will also do a TT video and an IG video. Now, I'm going to have a video later this week talking about my rating system because I know some of the indie author spotlights that I have gotten have not been books that I'm used to reading. So one of the things I want to address with all of you is I compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges. So I am not going to compare a YA dystopian fantasy book to an epic fantasy book, or a contemporary cowboy romance, or I'm also not going to compare a little teeny novella to 1,000+ page book. I will compare like with like, and I will explain my rating system. I usually like to give a rating for the book itself as it would fit the genre, as it would fit the narrative, all of that stuff. And then I'll also give it a rating for me. That being said, if I rate any book 3 stars or less, which is very rare, but it has happened, if I rate any book 3 stars or less, I usually come to the author first before I do any kind of public review to ensure that, maybe I haven't misunderstood something. Maybe I don't, maybe I saw a plot hole that wasn't there and I need to do, a different read, or I need something explained. Or maybe, I read it as it was. I didn't really care for it. And I don't want to make the author's numbers tank because it wasn't a book that was for me, if that makes any sense. So again, if I rate anything 3 stars or lower, I always talk to the author first before I put out a public review. That being said, I have had authors that have said, go ahead and put your review on Amazon and Goodreads, but don't do a video about it. Or, go ahead and do this or the other, but don't do this. Also, I am working on getting my YouTube up and going so that I can start putting some of these reviews on YouTube as well. Right now, my YouTube is very, very baby YouTube, because YouTube is a whole different animal than all of this. But I am trying, and with all that being said, I would love the opportunity to spotlight you. I do ask for a couple of things. I do try to let you know the week before that, your spotlight week's coming up. Do you have any questions? Do you have any changes? I will sometimes ask authors if they would like to do a live Q&A, if my schedule for that week will allow it. My schedule does not always allow it, but if it does for that week, I try to, offer that at the very least. Also, I try to make sure that I am answering any questions people have for me that week. I also do support the authors by not only purchasing the book myself, that at least an ebook that I have read, and then I hold a what I call an indie author spotlight give back, where if for some reason someone purchases your book during your spotlight week and sends me email proof of purchase, they get entered into a special drawing that I draw from once a month, and I pick one person to get a book off of their wish list, basically paying it forward. So I hope all that entices you to enter my indie author spotlight, and I hope I can take the week to make you and your book shine. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye. Oh, and if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or message me or anything like that. Always happy to answer questions. Always happy to help indie authors out. Thank you.